There are two lines in every city, the one you can see and the one you can buy. You learn this slowly in places that teach patience like a second language. The passport office at dawn. The airport security maze. The tiny please hold voice on the other end of an 800 number. You stand, you wait, you trade time for progress, minute by minute. And somewhere just out of sight, a door opens for someone who brought a different currency. Maya showed me this door. She was trying to renew her passport before her father's surgery overseas. The website said 10 weeks. The agent said maybe more. Outside, a man in a crisp jacket whispered, "Expedite service, there's a way. Not illegal. Just ... parallel. A courier, a fee, a faster lane that wasn't listed until you knew to ask." 3 days later, Maya had her passport. 10 feet away, the visible line still coiled like a river in drought. We used to think of queues as great equalizers. You arrive, you wait your turn, you inch forward with everyone else. But now, more and more, the line isn't the story. The story is what happens around it, above it, beyond our sight. At the airport, the choreography is almost honest about it. There's the line, and then the line beside it. If you have pre-check, or global entry, or a membership that is basically a velvet rope with a QR code, you glide. The rest of us juggle belts and laptops in dignity. There's a reason it works, of course. Security is a system, and trust can be earned, and fees fund infrastructure. It can make the whole machine faster. But here's what sticks. Once there's a fast lane, the slow lane becomes a business model. Digital life took the lesson and made it quiet. You don't see a line on a screen. There is always a queue, and it is always sorting you. In your feed, people who paid for visibility leapfrog voices that didn't. In search results, ads slip ahead of answers. In ride-hailing apps, priority pickup pushes your request to the front of a driver's invisible stack. And you wait, unaware that the queue moved around you like a river that changed course in the night, an economist once told me. A queue is just a price paid in time. If you can pay with money instead, you're not abolishing the price. You're shifting it onto someone else. Queuing theory even has a vocabulary for this. When one stream speeds up, the others slow down. Not because the universe is cruel, but because capacity is finite, and every system we build chooses who to serve first. Governments learn to sell time without calling it time. In some countries, you can pay to expedite a visa decision. In the United States, certain immigration petitions can jump to premium processing for an extra fee. In the United Kingdom, there are priority and super priority services for a faster answer. Is that wrong? If the money hires more caseworkers, maybe the whole line moves. If it doesn't, we've just turned urgency into a luxury item. Hospitals live with this tension in the most human way. Emergency rooms triage by severity, that's non-negotiable. But around the edges, a separate world has blossomed. Concierge medicine, membership clinics, private queues, where same day is standard. If you can pay, your wait shrinks. If you can't, your wait becomes everyone's buffer. Doctors I've talked to hate that sentence. They became doctors to outrun it. And yet the system has a gravity stronger than intention. There are stranger corners of queue jumping too. Restaurants that quietly release primetime tables to credit card holders who pay for the privilege. Ticket websites where being a verified fan or holding a certain membership moves you ahead in a digital line that looks random but ISN. Customer service tiers where priority support means a human picks up for you while someone else learns to love hold music. None of it is a scandal by itself. Together it becomes a story about the thin places where fairness once lived. Here's the twist that made me stop. The invisible QISNT just for services we buy. It's for our attention, the posts we see, the voices we hear, ideas that travel far because someone paid the toll. This line shapes our sense of what's popular and true. It decides who gets a chance to be heard before the rest of us have even finished typing. We think we are free to scroll. But even scrolling is standing in line, one curated thought after another, arranged by bids and likelihoods and the friction of our thumbs. And still, I don't think every fast lane is a sin. Time is not equally available to all. Some people trade money for moments they would rather spend on care or work or sleep. A parent pays a little more to get home faster. A small business pays to get a number that rings to a human. Sometimes, these are just survival taxes we can live with. What worries me is when slowness is engineered just to sell its antidote. When the default experience is diluted so the upgrade feels necessary. When the public line is starved until it becomes proof that you should pay to leave it. Because then, we're not funding better roads. We're creating traffic to sell the express lane. A journalist once called this the velvet rope economy. The same city, but with two sets of doors. Behind the rope, life is smoother, quieter, spacious. In front, the crowd teaches you patience. What makes it different now is that the rope runs through our pockets. It's written into code. It decides not just who moves, but who matters. So what do? I wish I had a receipt with a clear answer on it. Maybe we start by asking for legibility. There's a line you can pay to skip, say it out loud. Show the math. What did the fee fund? Who did it speed up? Who did it slow? We can build rules for public services that keep a common lane sacred. We can choose products that don't punish us for staying in the free one. We can remember that waiting can be a form of respect, not just a revenue stream. And personally, we can notice. Notice when the offer to save time quietly asks you to step on someone else's. Notice when the line you're in feels more like a funnel than a path. Notice that the person behind you may be living on minutes you can afford to lose. I keep thinking of Maya that day with the passport. I'm glad she made her father's surgery. I'm glad there was a door when she needed one. But I also think about the grandmother on the plastic chair by the window. The student with a part-time job who took 2 buses to be there. The man who didn't know there was another line because knowing is its own kind of ticket. There are 2 lines in every city. Some days, the difference is mercy. Some days, it's money. What makes a civilization is whether we still meet each other's eyes as we move. Whether the queue remains a place where strangers share the weather and the weight of a morning weather. We remember that time is the most democratic thing we have until it isn't. Thank you very much for watching the video to the end. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like and comment to share your opinion. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. See you in the next video. Be well.